This war literally includes everyone. Hey everybody, Templar74 here with another video, and today's video is going to be my review of the latest episode of Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld, episode 17, The Prince of Hell. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this episode was friggin' amazing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This episode was friggin' amazing. When I finally did get the chance to watch it, I was just kind of shocked by how good this episode was. Because reading the light novel and knowing the direction we were going to go, that things were going to get really heavy in this episode. We knew things were going to get heavy in this episode. But I didn't expect this. I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect this. But we'll talk about that soon enough. So at risk of further rambling, though, let's move on to the actual episode. So the episode begins with none other than Yui. And Yui is watching these connections into the Underworld, and she realizes that these connections are from the old SAO server, and she's wondering just who they could be before transitioning back to Kirito, who is just been rolled up by Roni right in front of POH. And Roni here does something brave. She stands between Kirito and POH like, no, we're not letting you get him. POH just shoves her out of the way and picks up Kirito and starts smacking him around and realizes that the hero of SAO is just a vegetable now. However, POH doesn't want to kill him like this, which is the shocker. He doesn't want to kill Kirito when he's like this. He wants to kill Kirito in his hero form, if that makes any sense. He wants Kirito to be Kirito when he kills him. Not like this, not like a vegetable. So, you know, in a way, it kind of is, it's kind of showing some generosity, like, I'm not going to kill you like this. But POH, of course, is got Kirito, and we knew that there was going to be a particular somebody, an unannounced somebody, that was going to come in and was going to stop him from hurting Kirito, and that is none other than EG and Yuna from Ordinal Scale, which was a surprise. We didn't expect to see them. And seeing Yuna here, the Red Army is kind of like, well, wait a minute, if Yuna is here, this must be a Japanese server, and they're kind of realizing that POH is tricking them. However, POH is able to use his powers to pretty much control the Dark Territory army, or the army in the Dark Territory that he's brought in. So these red players now are under his control, and he's basically like, mind your place, I'm the one in charge, don't mind these hackers, and EG and Yuna end up battling POH. However, EG, even with Yuna's power-up, ends up losing both of his arms in the battle here, and he realizes that although he's gotten really good, and he's no longer the weakling he was in SAO, he's still no match for POH, and he fails in his attempt to get vengeance for his fallen comrades in Sword Art Online. So yeah, EG and Yuna, that was a nice touch. And then also during this time we're seeing flashbacks with POH, and I got to include this too. POH flashbacks, those were heavy. We learned a little bit more about his backstory and why he turned out to pretty much be the way he is, a messed up serial killer. And that's basically because he basically was abused as a child. He was unwanted as a child. His father didn't want him. His mother didn't want him. And ultimately, he had to do things in order to show that he was valued to the family, and it still wasn't enough. So you kind of got to feel bad for POH there as well. And the flashbacks with him, that was heavy. I'm not going to lie. That was heavy there. You kind of have to feel bad for the guy. I mean, I know he's a villain. He's a serial killer. But you kind of have to feel bad for him on that respect, you know? It's just one of those things where he's the bad guy, but you can kind of sympathize with him. But that's not only the only part of this episode that really drew me away. The other part of this episode, we know Asuna has battled her hardest, and she has been really beaten up in this war. She just realizes that she can't do it by herself. And even the other two goddesses, Shinon or Solace and Kertera or Lifa, they're not doing so hot either. They are basically getting ripped apart by their respective enemies too. Solace, aka Sinon, has just had her legs blown off by Subtilizer. She realizes that she's out of ammo while he's got ammo and that she is going to die. However, she realizes that in this world, the imagination has transformed Solas's bow into the Hecatite rifle, and she uses the Solas bow attack through Hecatite to attack Subtilizer. And she actually blows Subtilizer. I really can't say that she blew half of him away, because what she really did was horribly disform him. However, Subtilizer just kind of gives up on the battle with Sinon and heads off, presumably after Alice. And so that was the duel between Solas, Sinon, and Subtilizer. And then we go back to Lifa, Terra. She is trying to defend Lipolin and his comrades, the Puglists, Sheta. She's trying to defend them all, and she's just getting destroyed. I mean, she's really getting beaten down. However, Terra's ability of life regeneration means that she will never fall. However, while that may be true, her life will never fall and she won't die. There is a limit to one's will to fight, and that will has just kind of reached its limit, even though she's doing this for her brother, the Black Swordsman, and knowing that Kirito would never give up. It's just she doesn't quite have the willpower that Kirito does to muster. And so all three of the goddesses here are really beaten up real bad too. And then that's not even discounting what happened on Ocean Turtle. We go back to Ocean Turtle with Higa, and Higa's been shot, and he actually convinces Rinko, like, if I cure Kirito after this, basically he convinces Rinko to go on a date with him. And ultimately, he's able to muster the strength and the willpower to overcome his struggle, even being shot, and is able to attempt to wake Kirito up. He's tapped all of the 3 STLs into Kirito's, and he basically, with the push of a button, is saying, okay, Kirito, time to wake up. And as this is going on, we go back to the battlefield. Kirito's laying there. He's starting to glow here. And POH has really just been brutal to him, even taking Yu-Gi-Oh's sword and throwing it off to the side in trying to get a rise out of Kirito. And now Kirito's glowing there, and we even see Yu-Gi-Oh's ghost arrive. And Yu-Gi-Oh's spirit here is basically saying the same thing that Higa is saying, and that is, time to wake up, Kirito. And that's where the episode leaves off. So yeah, like I said, this episode literally had everybody in it. This war literally has had everybody in it so far. If you can think of a character in this series, chances are, with 1 or 2 exceptions maybe, that character has showed up here. And I think that's just friggin' amazing. It shows just how serious this whole arc is, and it really tells you something when the creator of the series is like, this part is dark even for me. This episode did not disappoint. This was a dark episode, but it was a great episode. I was taken aback at how good this episode was, to be honest with you. I didn't expect this. With all of that said, though, everybody, and everything said and done, overall, I give this episode a 9.9 out of 10. This was almost a perfect episode. The only gripe I have with this episode wasn't with how dark it was. It was just kind of the pacing here. The pacing was just kind of, it was slow at some points, but then over the top as far as at one point and then back down to slow. I really hate it when episodes are like that. That's the only gripe I have about this episode. Doesn't take away from the fact that this was almost a perfect episode, in my opinion. But as always, in the comment section down below, let me know what your guys' thoughts were about this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just there? What were your thoughts? Just let me know in the comments section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye everybody. Hey everyone, Templar74 here. Did you enjoy the video? Do you want to help support me in making more content like this and see your name here at the end of every video? Then consider supporting me on Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated and will help ensure continuation and increase the quality of production of the videos that I'm able to make for all of you. Link down below. Again, thank you so much for your support and for liking and subscribing. You all are amazing. And as always, everyone, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.